welcome back everyone. Seeing as how Halloween's just a couple of days away, I'm going to take on my last Halloween DIY. This DIY was the one I wanted to do at the beginning of the month. It's taking me this long to find a mold I like. It's not going to be the biggest gummy pumpkin, and I know I'm not the first to do it this year. So I really got to step my game up on this one. I'm going to make it glow, of course, but I'm also going to make it into a jack-o'-lantern at the end. A carved gummy Halloween jack-o'-lantern. Tea light and all. That's our goal today. This was the best mold I could find that actually looked like a pumpkin. So of course, here's the things we'll be using. Our pumpkin mold, some orange highlighters, a cup, I'll explain that one in a bit, and of course a gelatin. If I keep using gelatin like this, hey Knox, I think I need a sponsorship. Of course, first thing I gotta do, just gotta pop that bottom off the mold. Well, that was easy. Now I just gotta make some gelatin and fill it up. And of course, tons of gelatin. If you're curious on how many packs of gelatin I'm using, it's 12. My gelatin budget has gone through the roof this month. So of course, cold water first into your gelatin, stir her up, let it swell up for about 10 minutes. So that's what it looks like just after the water was put in. We'll come back in 10 minutes and see what it looks like. To make more than just a gummy pumpkin and make it a gummy jack-o'-lantern, this is where the cup comes into play. I would say I'm 99.9% sure the top of my mold is going to leak if I pour Jello into it. And how do I keep it upside down with that stem? So this is what I'm thinking. Taking this cup, after I fill my mold up, I'm going to slide it on there really quick, make it like a plug. Hopefully the gelatin won't leak out. That way I'm making a hollow space inside the pumpkin to put a tea light. So when I carve it out, it'll actually look like a jack-o'-lantern, not just a gummy pumpkin. So in theory, I think that's going to work well, but only time will tell. Ready to add the hot water, but it gets me every time how much it swells up with the cold. I mean, look how thick it is. It's like a really thick applesauce. So of course, now just adding the hot water. Just keep mixing now till it all dissolves. Now I just got to add the highlighter. Of course, we're using orange. Just going to break open my highlighters and squeeze right into my gelatin. That definitely looks pumpkin orange. Now I just gotta wait for it to cool down a bit, then try to pour it in that mold.
A few moments later.
Gelatin's cooled down a bit now. Now the fun part. Time to pour it into the mold. I have a feeling this time I'm doing this over the sink. This is gonna get messy. Okay, hoping I made enough and not making too much of a mess. And now this will be the fun part. I think we're good. Doesn't look like it's leaking. Now of course, into the fridge. See you tomorrow. Let's see how the mold turned out. Well, there's a good sign. Nothing leaked out the bottom. That looks like we were successful so far. Now I just gotta break it out of the mold. I have a feeling that's gonna take a bit. We'll be right back.
One eternity later.
I got the mold off. Look at that. Now that actually is a gummy pumpkin. It was a fight to get the mold out. I thought I was going to wreck it a few times. But all in all, it looks good. Look at that, we even have the stem. You even see the face. Now that we got a gummy pumpkin, let's turn it into a gummy jack-o'-lantern. So it's not the bestly carved pumpkin, gummy pumpkin that is, but it looks good. We got our eyes, we got our nose. We had a little problem with the mouth. Well, there's only one thing left to do. Back downstairs. Let's go see if this thing glows in the dark. And then let's see if we can actually make it look like a jack-o'-lantern. One other thing we have to do. Now it looks more like a pumpkin. Now we're down in the darkest room of the house again. It's time to find out. Will it glow? Or will it not? I also got some little small tea lights. Those we're going to use to try and make it look like a jack-o'-lantern. Of course, LEDs. So there's our pumpkin. It really does have a nice shape to it. First things first, will it glow in the dark? At this point, please hit that like button for luck. We're going to need it. Lights on. Lights, oh yeah. So we definitely succeeded with a pumpkin that glows in the dark. Thanks everyone. With your help, hitting that like button, it glows. Now let's turn it around and see if it looks like a jack-o'-lantern. We'll do this without the LED lights first. We can definitely see our jack-o'-lantern face. Now, let's add the tea lights and see if we can complete a gummy jack-o'-lantern. There we go, our last Halloween DIY for the year. But before I let you go, I want to say thanks again for all your comments and likes on all my DIYs lately. Thanks again for sharing them with your friends. But even more important, from myself to all of you, have yourself a very safe and happy Halloween.